What's going on, people? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Things, the show where we go through and chop up all the biggest topics of the last Chelsea game. And yeah, we got to revisit this Brighton game again. Brighton 4, Chelsea 1. Our first ever loss in league competition to Brighton. And boy, was it an absolute car crash of a performance from start to finish. We are going to chop up all the major talking points. Hit the like button, as always, but on your way into the video. Like and subscribe. Helps the channel out. Helps us help you guys. And yeah, let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV. Check out my personal channel, Carefree Lewis G. And let's chop this game up so we can just forget it ever happened. So, 4-1 to Brighton. We didn't get out of the gates at all. I think everybody knew Brighton was going to come up to this game with a lot of intensity and they were going to turn up for this match, especially with Graham Potter returning, with Cucurella returning. The Brighton fans were on their necks from minute one. I don't think Chelsea were ready for that, which was very, very naive from us. But I also think we're never really good coming out of the gates. We really aren't. And I'm going to delve into that later in the video as well. But no team has ever really made us suffer for it. Today was the day, because Brighton just absolutely pammed us and they should have potentially been 2-0 up already by the time they got their first goal. Thiago Silva with 2 goal line clearances, which I want to big him up for, but one of them was for his own mistake, so I can't even say too much about it. But we were already at 6s and 7s by that point, and first goal comes in. Absolute calamity in possession as usual. We could barely string 2 or 3 passes together. Silva gives the ball away and Trossard does really well from a tight angle to get around Kepa and puts it in for 1-0. The second goal, which was just us falling asleep at a corner. Ruben Loftus-Cheek way too static. His feet are dug into the ground and the ball just bounces off him into the net for an own goal. Third goal, another own goal. Seem to be more clinical in our own net than we are in the opposition's, but we move. It's the most Chelsea thing on earth. But we get cut open by a brilliant pass by Caicedo. Pulisic is just completely unaware. And the ball comes in, it comes off Trevor Chalobah and goes into the back of the net for 3-0. And in spite of that, we still had opportunities to turn the game round. But in typical Chelsea fashion, we weren't clinical. Gallagher and Pulisic missing massive chances. We pull one back from Kai Havertz. Yes, I know, 2-2 for Kai Havertz. Wow. Brilliant ball from Conor Gallagher as well. At that point, Brighton sat back. We started to have a little bit more of the ball, but we were just so boneheaded in the final third. It was unreal. The more we get of the ball, the worse we do with it. It is just so unbelievable at times. Havertz had an even better chance that he missed. There was poor decision-making in the final third from him and, who else? Mason Mount. Mason Mount's decision-making, by the way, was absolutely atrocious. And then a fourth goal from just an absolute calamity at the back again. Kovacic out of position. Silva gives the ball away. Mendy parries a shot and then is poor at his near post. We were just a joke. From start to finish, we were an absolute joke. And we're lucky that we even left at 4-1. And I've been saying, and this is my first point, by the way, our run of games has been fugazi as hell. It has been so fake. So fake. And when I've tried to say this, people have said that I'm negative. People have said that I'm distracting from the way that we've been playing and the performances that we've been showing. No, I haven't. I've just been a realist about it. That clean sheet run shouldn't have even lasted to the United game. We were saved by Kepa against Brentford and against Aston Villa. Our defence has been leaky for a number of games. And we still don't even look that great in possession unless we're playing social distancing merchants like RB Salzburg. Or we're playing a Wolves side without a manager. Or an injury-prone AC Milan side. Like, it's been good to get wins back on the board and everything. But I don't think we've been convincing. We haven't been convincing all season, in all honesty. It's a madness that we're even in 5th place as this video is being recorded. But it is what it is. Like, I understand that we have completely ripped up the work that Tuchel was doing, and we need a new manager to come in and reset, figure out his best formation, figure out the way to get the best out of his players as well, which is why this supersedes into my second point. Graham Potter. Like, we need to give Graham Potter a lot more time. Even though he is making mistakes, we don't seem to be starting games well. I feel like we're in the experimental stage of his reign. And this is exactly what I kind of expect from a manager taking a step up to a bigger club than Brighton, which I'm not trying to disrespect. They literally just smoked us yesterday, but it is just the way that it is. And he needs to learn what works and what doesn't work in this squad. I personally was saying we should have played a very similar side from the Salzburg game, because I thought Brighton would come out and give us a game the same way Salzburg did. And it was kind of disrespectful to the quality that Brighton possess as opposed to Salzburg. But I don't blame him for doing that, because I personally would have done the same thing. So I genuinely just feel like, let's not make these Tuchel and Potter comparisons, and we need to at least give him this season. Give him this season, give him a transfer window to bring in the players that suit him, and then let him build a team in his image, and then we can fully judge him. Right now, like, Potter was still one of the managers I would have picked if Tuchel had got sacked, so I'm not too fussed about him coming in. I'm just more annoyed about the fact that we didn't do this during a break point in the season. You could have done this at the World Cup. You could have done this at the end of the season, end of last season, if you didn't really rate Tuchel like that. Doing it in the middle of a season is just an absolutely silly decision to make from the board, if I'm trying to be nice and PG about it. But this is why we need to back Potter through this. Even though he makes mistakes, the only thing I will say is Potter can't keep making the same mistakes. But we have to be a bit more patient with him. In terms of the mistakes, so one thing that's... this is my third point, by the way. That Sterling-Pulisic wingback combination. Let's not do that again. Again, I feel like we did that because of the Salzburg game, but we learn from the Brighton game. I don't want to see that pairing again, because neither of them have defensive awareness. Sterling, you're not going to get that from. Pulisic, we literally conceded the third goal because of his lack of defensive awareness. They're too easy to dominate in the air and in terms of 50-50s, like trying to out-muscle players and all of that. It's not the right profile. If we have an injury crisis, fair enough, put one of them in there. But I wouldn't put both at the same time. So, like, my third point is simply wing back, it doesn't work. And you can clearly see the impact it had on their performances. But in the likes of Sterling, he does still need to improve, and fast. Like, he's meant to be the main man. He needs to turn this around soon. Really needs to. On Cucurella, my fourth point, I think we need to be a bit more patient with him too. Everyone's pointing at the price tag with him, but like the same energy that I give for Sterling and I give for Aubameyang, same as I go for Cucurella, Koulibaly. Give them their first season. Like Cucurella, especially at this point of the season where he has only just come back from tonsillitis. He's lost a lot of weight as a result of it. He needs to get back into sharpness, and he's also barely being allowed any rest because of our defensive injuries that we have right now. He is the last person that people should really be going at. I don't understand it. Yeah, Cucurella was poor, just like everybody else was, but context applies to every single player, and that's why people will get at certain players more than they will others, because of the context that they apply to the situation. For Cucurella, he should be the last person that people are going at. Fifth point, I want to talk about Thiago Silva. I really want to talk about Silva because he was very poor in that game. And like, there's been moments in the last few games where he hasn't really been up to scratch. I feel like defensively against United, he got caught out a few times. I think he lost a header to Casemiro, but I might be wrong on that one, so don't take it as gospel. Got caught out for the goal against Salzburg, and today just really wasn't up to scratch. Like, obviously, this is no question of Thiago Silva's ability. He's our best centre-back. Goes without saying. Water is wet. Thiago Silva's our best centre-back. But the consistency seems to be dropping a little bit. And I'm not too sure if it's because of all the games that he's been playing, and is it finally catching up to him? Is he... I'm not going to say starting to decline, but are we starting to see it? I'm not going to say anything too much about it. I just want to hear your thoughts on the comment section, because I don't want to start people to start getting at Thiago Silva often and everything like that. It's probably been his first bad run for Chelsea. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about it really, but that's just my 5th point. So let me know what you guys are saying down in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything I'm saying, or if you think I'm chatting out of my arse. Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button as well. And yeah, we are out, people. Up the Chelsea and peace.